Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I want to talk about a pretty controversial subject, and one that honestly, I might catch some flack over. But it's just my opinion, and you know what, it's an important enough subject that I think I should talk about. And that is fake watches, replica watches, and homage watches. Is there a difference? And what do I think? And before we get started, I actually wanted to do a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing my brand new Seiko SKX 009 that Tristano recommended. I really love this watch. You guys know I like the Pepsi, so this is a very nice alternative that has the same feeling. Anyway, guys, moving on to the subject. Homage watches and replica watches. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like most people, I don't believe in fake watches and replica watches. And the part of my opinion, which I think I might get some flack on, is I also very much disapprove of homage watches. Now, you might not agree with me, but hear me out, and I'll give you a few reasons why. I disapprove of homage watches for the most part, unless they're homages of watches that have long since been discontinued or no longer available. Like, the Steinhardt Fliegers and reissues of pilot watches. Those, they're not really in the market anymore. I could understand wanting a homage of one of those watches because they really represent a great piece of history. But honestly, some other stuff, like some of the Squale Submariner homages, some of the Steinhardt Submariner homages, I'm not a big fan of. Let's be honest, guys. It's a very thin line between homage and fake. And any other industry, honestly, any other industry, those two brands wouldn't be able to get away with some of their Submariner homages. Their pants would have been sued right off by Rolex. And to be very honest with you guys, being a little bit of an industry insider and knowing the news, there's a lot of debate on this. Audemars Piguet recently took Swiss Legend, a brand called Swiss Legends, to court over, not even homage, over a watch of Swiss Legends used a lot of the AP Royal Oak DNA in, and guess what? AP won. I'm sure Rolex is doing something about their Submariner homages by other brands, and yeah, any other industry this wouldn't be tolerated, but us in the Switch watch industry, we do tolerate it, and because people use excuses like, you know what, I can't afford a Submariner. Fair enough. I'm not saying, buy a Submariner, but you have options. Either save up for one, and honestly, it doesn't take that long. It's a $4,000 watch. The homage you guys are looking at is between $800 to $900. It's really not something that a couple of years of hard work won't get you to a real Submariner. And, it's just a very thin line. It shows lack of originality. Now, thankfully, Steinhardt and Squale make a lot of other fantastic models, like the Steinhardt Fliegers, the Squale 1521, watches I really love, but there are other brands that their whole business is based on homages, and, to me, they might as well be replicas. And a couple of examples are the brand Parnis, which makes IWC and Panerai homages, and you know what? I don't even call them homages. They might as well be knockoffs to me. Parnis's whole business is built off copying other people's designs. Another brand, Alpha, a Chinese brand that makes a Daytona homage. There's also Marina Militare, which only copies Panerai. Guys, what do you think? I know it's very hard to afford some of these watches, but I don't think that should be used as an excuse. there's so many great alternatives in the watch industry that the money could be going to companies that don't lack originality. You can still get amazing pieces. I mean, Seiko SKX. This is a perfect watch for somebody who wants a Pepsi. Or, I don't know, let's see, Hanhart, Stoa, Laco, all great mid-tier brands that, don't make homages, and they make great watches. Christopher Ward. I mean, I'd take a Christopher Ward Trident Diver 1,000 times over a Parnis or Marina Militare or even a Squale Homage. And yes, they're not replica, but honestly, what separates replica from homage? A lot of times, it could be case size, some of the Steinhardts are 42 instead of 40, but let's be honest, most of the time, it's just because it doesn't say Rolex on the dial. Just because you make a Submariner and you put Squale on the dial doesn't make that, it makes it a homage, not a replica, only because you didn't put Rolex on the dial. Now, I know this is a controversial subject, and I just don't see why it is. I don't really have any reasons to defend homage watches. Yes, the Swiss watch industry, copies designs from one another. AP and Hublot. There's a lot of similar elements. The Calatravas and the Jaeger Ultra Thins. There's nothing wrong with borrowing design elements, but I think homage watches are honestly just lazy. It's just lazy design, and I don't think it's something that should be rewarded with a purchase, especially when there are great alternatives out there. Now, I don't want to start a super big argument in the comments below, but let me know what you think. I mean, do you guys agree with me? Maybe not. Let me know why. Either way, horology is our passion, and I just wanted to bring this up to you guys and see what you guys think. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Leave a comment in the comment section and a like if you enjoyed the content. It really does help. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button right about down there if you don't want to miss any content. Some great stuff is coming out soon. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.